Hello, people. What's good? This is Kev, and this is another smoke show where I don't know, but welcome anyway. This is Kev, and let me check out some of these comments. RPM, what's good? You are the early bird. What's going on? Our catastrophic impact X33rd power. We are in here. See, we got Rob, what's good? Black Light Revelations 2. Phil Brad, Leon 008 was good. Smoke show. I would love for you to show up. Here I am, be there shortly. He said, Black man, I am only showing up for one thing. A soft boy keeps speaking on me. Like, damn, I make myself available, but damn, no one cares to hear you speak on me with sneak dish trash emoji. Hmm. I don't know. Somebody keeps speaking on you. Sorry to hear that. I mean, me, I would like nothing more to be upfront with people. I would never do something like that. But if that's something you got to clear up, hey, I'll listen. Champions first. What's going on? Chaos Rain. What's up? All right. Gonna drop this link. What's going on? All right. Okay. Cool. 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 The link is in the chat. I was just about to do some monologue about how it's like smoke never shows up to this show. Not for me, at least. Some would try and call it smoke, but uh, that one day that it does show up, would I ever be ready for it? So, what's good, Leon?
What's going on, black man? Being brutally honest, how's it been?
Yeah, it's been
That's good.
yeah, but what's going on? Somebody been sneak dissing?
Yeah, man. It's funny. It's like this is the internet. You live in
Yeah,
a whole different country. You have opinions. You speak my name on BGS stuff in the comments. You tell people you have me blocked, but then you unblock to read my comments. Then you run to Mr. Z's page like people don't know the fuck you're talking about. And it's like I know he shows up to this show, and I work 12-hour shifts. I got two jobs. I work at a hospital, and I work for transportation. So when I'm off, I'm available for more conversation. Particularly the time I came on your show, I was off work, remember, and I was like, "Yo, I'm tired as hell, but I'm rocking with you tonight." And he
right.
came up. I was tired as hell that night. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Okay.
because you usually do late night shows, and I'm up at 6 a.m.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just weird. And I came through because you said smoke show, and I know he shows up to it, and for a guy to get emotional and block me over him starting a conversation that he doesn't even understand is crazy.
Who's doing this again?
You remember the Andre 420 thing when
Oh,
he
oh,
pulled
oh,
up?
oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, he's a member of this channel, and he
yeah.
shows up here to uh, be on the panel sometimes. But
Most definitely.
I mean, uh, I mean, if that's a situation with you guys. If
Yeah,
Andre is somewhere out there, hey,
yeah. He's in the ether. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I pulled up. Like if I screenshotted my phone to you, I come through, put likes on your video, but you stream late as hell.
yeah. I keep
Yeah,
I keep hearing like, well, it's been a couple murmurs that people say I should maybe try to choose an earlier time, perhaps.
well,
uh,
well, it's interesting because you have to think. Sometimes when you stream, I would say some of the guys might watch Tariq Nasheed, or they might the Black Businessman with the guy from Louisiana. A lot of those guys, they have big shows and they stream around 8, so that's really not a good time. But maybe just an hour early, because I see you starting up your stream sometimes at 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, damn, my battery's on 15, my physical battery, not my phone battery.
Okay, so yeah, yeah, but when I appreciate people dropping by, anyway, whether they're watching a
Yeah,
replay or, and I do like you said, I do get it that it is pretty late when I go on. And
yeah.
as a suggestion to me, do you think I should go on at an earlier time? Like maybe
I
try
would
to shoot for maybe I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock instead of this.
see when you take a look at what the majority of guys are doing at 8 o'clock, like I said, the business is that guy from Louisiana, the pro black guy.
Yeah, you talking about Jason Black?
Yeah, Jason Black. Some of them are on, and some of
Yeah,
the other
you
guys
said
are on. So
Tariq.
so it's yeah, some of those guys are on.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's a tough
you try,
market to crack.
yeah, yeah. And I see, I just come through. I put a comment sometimes, but half the time, man, like I said, I'm on like 10%.
Uh,
You know.
yeah. Did you say you work in another country?
Oh no, no! I said basically when I said I didn't say his name, I said it's a guy that lives in a whole other country.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But basically, it's a smoke show. So I was, after that conversation, I guess he blocked me. So I was having a conversation with somebody, but I could read his comments,
Oh,
and he stated some stuff about me, and I'm just sitting there. You're talking about me while having me blocked. Then you go up, you speak on me on Mr. Z's show, and it's like I'm available. Like anybody, keep it 100 knows my real profile. Tijan, Dr. Thunder, Mrs. Z, BGS knows exactly who I am in real life. I'm an available person, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm off work,
oh,
And I think just speaking on people, being a troll, that shit's goofy.
oh. So you,
Self-admitted troll. Like a
so
nigga
you,
that goes to the Black Brain Trust and gets
oh,
shit on by them type of nigga, and I don't even speak to him about it. I just listen to it. I didn't even comment in this thing. I said this guy's a fucking idiot, and he is shown to be an idiot. And I know he pulls up to your show. Like I say, I work 12-hour shifts. I average
I
like
mean,
65 to
it,
70 hours a week.
if there is an issue between two men, I don't
Yeah,
get in the way of that.
most
I believe
definitely.
that some people do have a problem with me not stepping in and saying, "Hey guys," but
Yeah.
it's just something that. So if he's willing to pull up and come to the panel and explain himself, and you two want to talk about this, I have no
Oh
problem with
no,
that.
it's no talk really talking. So
But
you're from Alabama, right?
yes, I am.
So when we talk about family formation and somebody, me and BGS talks and he calls me a gynocrat because I participate with the women in my family and my son has never seen a day of daycare. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? So,
you're a gynocrat because of that.
well, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a
Oh, okay.
joke. And it's
Okay.
a joke.
Okay.
It's a joke because I work with the tools that I have and it saves me a shitload of money. My
Uh,
wife's family are retired, military retired, Lowe's manager retired. My mom's a government worker. My stepdad's a government worker. My dad is a government worker. My dad's flying in next week for a week to hang out with his grandson, you know what I'm saying? Because he lives in Maryland.
mm,
I use my family, I negotiate with them, and between that, my situation advances because I use them. So using the women and giving them some level of authority would suggest that you're a gynocrat.
Well,
But at the same time, it benefits me. And this is the thing: you're from Alabama. You live down the street from my family. You probably know them. And you know how Alabama uses their family. So where do you think I learned this from? You know how Mississippi uses their family. Where do you think I learned this from?
Southern values, man.
Yes. I don't want to have values where I say fuck these people because I'm not getting along with them at a certain time, right? And so I start spending 1,600 to put my son in daycare.
So
It's just
yeah, I get
simple
exactly what you're
logic.
saying. If
And
if the resource is there, take it's not like you're taking advantage of it. I mean,
mhm.
it's a loving family, so I mean, why not?
and, and you think my parents are in their 60s. Her parents are almost in their 70s. I waited to 34 to have my first son. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I didn't have a kid when I was 20. So they were waiting to be grandparents. They negotiating ideas, and I said, okay, that's good enough for me to be a father. I would have just been SYSBM, a passport bro, and continuing just to have fun with life, no kids.
yeah,
So you know, a shit roll like that, and niggas think they're being clever, but they're not really being clever. Because if I talk to you about a situation, more likely you can relate to it because your age.
yeah. Because I had my child later than you had yours,
Uh, that's dope.
so yeah, we're not getting any younger. I mean, we just
Yeah.
you know just
Yo, what's going
cherish
on?
the moment. But we got uh YTFFL commissioner. That's old shattered.
Yo, how y'all brothers doing, man?
Yeah, what's
Good.
good? J everything. You got both of us beat. Dang.
He got us beat.
Yeah, he said his first was at 39. And
Oh damn.
hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power says his dad had him at 39.
Nah.
Yeah.
Them brothers live life.
Oh yeah. What up, our new stall? Said he's 39 right now. Damn. That's a I guess that's the age. That's the number 39. So you
Man, I feel bad now, man. I had my first when I was 15.
Oh, that's dope,
15.
bro. That means
Yeah.
like
Knocking them
he
down
grown
early.
and you back in the game.
Man, look, I had to learn so much, man. I had to learn so much. And then, you still a kid back then, so you don't really
Hmm.
know, you don't know nothing. And, as your child gets older now, you kind of closer within a generation a little bit, I guess you would say, within 15
Yeah.
years or whatever. So,
Hmm.
now it's kind of like talking to a younger version of yourself because
Yeah.
you can remember how you thought about things in that age, and it's just a beautiful thing, when you have your kids, period, whatever age you have them at, just as men, we always like to take care of our children, and the real men that I know that I mess with, everybody I know, we always make sure that our kids taken care of her, no matter what the mama doing, no matter what. Black
Hmm.
men are usually the most involved parents a lot of times.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't say that. There's some sisterhood sniper somewhere ready to press the dislike button because you said black men are the most involved, and
Oh, that's a
CDC
dislike
proves that.
for triggering
Well,
for the dislikes. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
triggering.
oh yeah, but check this out. Check this out. So the leftists, FD, Olay, Man in a Foreign Land, they've been listening to the space and they've been listening to Medium Man for his stats. And I listened to a video today that they produced, and basically they're trying to do this thing about formulating black culture and how it should be, and there shouldn't be no. And I'm listening. I'm like, yo, they're literally listening to five particular people in this space plus medium man for the stats. It's really interesting. I was laughing. Yeah, so it's spreading, but they're trying to rebrand it to sell it to more of a consumer audience, pretty much. Like they want to rebrand everything that this space says and reinterpret it in a different way.
Well, say it nicer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Yeah, good luck with that.
yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get it because I mean the word is getting out a little bit too much to the point where it's inevitable. But I mean, it would take the authenticity out of it if they do that, and I think that's the intention.
Hmm.
Right. They whitewash it all the way down at that point.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but make the message more politically correct, especially with the upcoming political windfall that we are all about to experience.
Oh yeah. Either way it goes, most people know I'm a progressive. I'm on the socialist progressive side, so you know I won't vote for Trump, but I will write Cornell West's name with a hyphen of Bernie Sanders just to insult them a little bit more. But that's something different.
Oh, oh, you a Bernie guy?
Yeah, I'm more on that side.
Oh, okay.
That's your right, brother, to do whatever you want to do, and that's what I always tell people too. I'm like, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for because that's never been my play. My play is, being from Mississippi, we had to fight for that right to vote. So sitting on
Hmm.
the couch is not a option for me. If I had to write someone in, I would. And then that would be if I didn't agree with either one of the candidates, it'd be my choice. But I would not be pressured or ashamed or anything to vote for who you want me to vote for. Period. Ever.
Yeah. Um, what part of Mississippi you from, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Delta.
Okay, my family are from Brookhaven, Gulfport, and Jackson.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So
You on
yeah,
South Side thing, man. Yeah, I got some
yeah.
people in Jackson. I went to school in Jackson, man. My people stay in Gulfport too. I got a couple people out there in Macomb, out there off Natchez
Hmm.
Trace out there on the backside of Magnolia.
Yeah. I don't have no accent because I was a military brat. So when I went down there, this voice caused a lot of issues.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I actually was out at Camp Shelby for a minute, man, and outside of Hattiesburg. And yeah, I know the full sentiment. I know exactly what you mean, man. Once you get into the Mississippi, culture and you get the moving around, it's a lot different than other places. I just say that.
Mm.
Kev, who you got? Who you got, man? I know Alabama. Y'all got straight up Alabama fans out there, but man, who you NFL team, man? Who you got?
Who my NFL team? Uh, I'm usually indifferent to the NFL. I used to be like with the Dallas Cowboys, but America's team. But uh, since that was when I was a young adult, but now I'm pretty indifferent. I just like to see some good football. I mean, like you're most so correct. I'd be more so on the college team thing. I Auburn University. I chose them over Alabama, even though Alabama has obviously more championships.
Yeah, yeah, I know y'all got a big rivalry between Auburn and Alabama. The Alabama people, they like, certain people they can't stand Auburn, and then the Auburn people can't stand the Alabama people.
Yeah, it's an intense rivalry. I mean, it's divided families, killed friendships, stuff like that.
Oh
But
yeah.
Yeah, y'all's
we
is
have
worse
fun with that shit every
than
year.
Ole Miss because Ole Miss and Mississippi State is kind of like that, but I think y'all rivalry is way more way more violent than ours.
Yeah, yeah, that's how I first saw Cam Newton when he came to Auburn. I think Auburn was ranked like I think Auburn was. I don't even know if Auburn was ranked that year. Then he came in and we shot straight to number one. Then
Man,
we
Cam was killing them that year, man. And they had a
yeah.
great running back that year too. I forgot who that running back was that came with Cam that year. But man, I remember the NCAA football game. I would get Auburn and get Cam Newton, man, and I could go against Vince Young or anybody, man. You have a problem stopping Auburn, man. Period.
Yeah. That man said, yeah. That year was fun. I mean, I pissed all my Bama fan friends off that year. Yeah. And speaking of Cam Newton, man, shoot, what do you think? Do, man, ask y'all a question. Do y'all think Cam Newton was, I would say, humbled by this Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? I mean, have y'all had a chance to look at any part of that
Yeah.
interview or snippets or pieces or heard any opinion pieces
Yeah, I looked
about it?
at it. I would say it's like, he's a black guy, physically fit, physically tall, athletic, made millions. So the thought process wasn't there with those conversations.
Mm,
You know, I think, I think, I don't want to get too like, but people try to form like their ideas and what manhood through their wealth and the access that they have. And when you're just gifted physically and everything, I think sometimes you don't think about the other things.
yeah,
And that's where he fell. It's a matter of being studied basically, but he didn't really lose. It's just the perception of how he reacted during the end, and he got petty. And, but it is what it is. It's like how do you want to perform having family and basically switching up like she said high functioning versus low functioning. Okay, high value versus low value. What's the difference? Oh, it's coming from a woman. Okay, I get it. She's just switching a word. She's just being a Kevin Samuels.
yeah, yeah. I think that a lot of people are still thirsting for a antithesis to Kevin Samuels, basically
Yeah.
a counterpunch, and it's just like so far there hasn't been an answer. And this is the people who blatantly hate Kevin Samuels looking for this. So
Yeah.
when Doc when
On their fantasy league of those players that they got that's gonna try to replace or co op on the other side, who are their leaders? I mean, just think about it. You got Kendra G. She even said some of these women is absolutely crazy. And then you got this lady coming out, the doctor, where she's coming out with these terms, low functioning, things of that nature, and it's like you're talking down on the sisterhood, theoretically, just by saying, well,
Hmm.
because I didn't see the other part of where they was with Cam Newton, but I did see the one where she was interviewing Nick Cannon, and she was like, well, yeah, you got a lot of low functioning baby mamas, and this is why, you having all these problems because you got these low functioning baby mamas. I'm not like that. I'm a high functioning doctor, and I do this here. So, you got to respect that. And I was like, oh, really? We doing this low functioning thing? Like, I thought you're supposed to be representing that, for the women. You talking down on them,
Well,
really by saying low functioning. You kind of down in his baby mama's in a certain way where how she tried to play it with that.
I think when that happens, bro, that's between the women. So we haven't heard anything from either one of their baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? So
But they,
either
they
her words
they
aren't valued to be answered back to, or just, yo, we got knocked up when we were 20, early 30s, you're here 40, basically saying it should have been you.
see that's what I
It
was
should have.
hearing. That's what I was hearing, brother. That's exactly what I was hearing.
That's exactly what it was. But even self-admitted, she said she was low functioning at the same age as those women. So I mean, you can't make this shit up.
yeah, man, Black Light Revelations too. The impact of a father in a daughter's life hasn't been explored the way that I feel that it should. That really needs to be studied. I think the lack of paternal presence in a girl's life is detrimental to the adult development of a woman. It seems as if, like, period, if the father's not present, then
Mm.
somehow the ability for these so-called women with this female intuition to raise a child properly is hindered. And this is where a lot of these conversations go when you talk about, how these dudes come to be and who's raising who and everything. Yeah, it needs to be studied, but it needs to be more in a, like, a, I would say, a factual way instead of people trying to toss their emotions and feelings just because they don't like the information they come up with, because it's very difficult for uh for black men to get a uh big up when it comes to our ability to be fathers. It's always the we're not there for our children. But we're we have studies saying that we're the most involved fathers. And I mean, every time I go to my child's school, I see a bunch of black fathers there, and I go to the store and I see a bunch of black fathers. And I mean, shit. I mean, somebody lying. I mean,
Well,
so
bro, I take my son to the park. My woman doesn't take my son to the park. You know, kids go missing. I'm strapped every time I go to the park. Plus, I got the AR in the trunk, and it's like, I think there was an incident at a nice park that I take my son to, where I guess there was like five people creeping up. Guy grabbed his son, went in his car, they took off, and it was reported on the news and shit. And like, I take my son to the park, and just being out, just safer.
mm,
So I spend
yeah.
that time with him and do that. And I don't know. People have conjured ideas over time, and they just ran with it. And you think of just what's available to us to be parents or be fathers, and it's like, okay, you got to pay these bills, so you might miss something. So how far do we have to stretch ourselves to participate in our children's life? Do we have to work
Well,
hours to get them everything? Do we have to be at every event? Do we have to see them walk? Do we have to see them when they first talk? Do we have to? We
yeah.
have to. We have to. You know what I'm saying?
That narrative is pushed by women who the baby fathers don't want to be with. That's what you have to do. You have to not only accept the child, but accept the woman that you procreated the child with. And that's just even like uh a lot of men can't get along with the baby mamas. I mean, she was good with that freaky deaky one time, and for some reason it didn't click. So as far as your mental, so didn't work out. So that's what they put out there. They,
Well, I
they
think a lot of times they think, Kev, and this is definitely personal responsibility, right? But I just think that the terms that they use when they up, the single mother, strong single mother narrative, right? And there's not to take away from single mothers that do take care of their kids and do what they need to do with or without the father. Nothing against them. But we know the overwhelming result of the single mother trope is usually not as good as if it was at least a co-parenting situation and God forbid be actual marriage. So as men, you know, we take care of our kids, whether we married to the woman where we, separated or whatnot, we still take care of our kids, and yeah, you might not be able to make every event, but you make time. Like my man just said, he take his son to the park. He's there with him, schooling the people at the school. They're like, oh, they're so surprised to see brothers, but it's his brothers everywhere. We don't get that kind of deal. But when they say single fathers, see, now, if you just say single mothers and single fathers in a crowd of women and men, and you was asking what the connotation would be, single mother is strong, independent. Single father, of course, strong. We got to be that as fathers, as men, protecting our family. But what is the narrative generally when you hear that? You hear, you don't hear single father. You hear deadbeat dad or deadbeat baby daddy. That's the narrative that I get off of it. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys think?
Oh, you right. People try to get attention by trashing their baby daddy because usually he has another woman and she just has a dick. You know, so like it's gonna continue. It's just a form of shaming brothers and try to get them to behave a certain way that benefits them.
let me read Robert Nelson's comment real quick. What's good, by the way? He said, Kev, I just got on, so y'all making that Cam
In
interview a
Java,
gender
a
war. He
method is a
said,
block of code that performs a
uh, Cam creating broken homes. Dude came from a two-parent household yet doing corner dude behavior. Well, here's my response. I mean, not that I'm a person that is the one that, well, everybody else is doing this, so I'm gonna do it too. But that gender war line with this situation has been crossed. That finish line's been crossed 1,000 times before it got here. So, I mean, just I'll take responsibility, but it just that certain things I felt needed to be pointed out. Cam create a broken home if he has all 8 children staying with him. I mean, is I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the exact. I mean, isn't a concern the children? Uh, I don't know if I can call that a creation of a broken home, but
No. Go ahead, bro.
Well,
I've spoken
does
now.
Cam support his children? I mean, I haven't heard any of his baby mamas coming out saying that he refuses to admit paternity to the children. I haven't heard anybody say that he's abused his children. I haven't heard anybody come out and say that he hasn't paid his child support. I haven't heard anything of that nature. So, as far as creating broken homes, I don't know where that. I mean, I guess you
I
would have.
mean, but I mean, I see where he's getting at. It should be, I mean, the traditional family home should be father, mother, all the children with the same the same father and the mother inside a functioning, fu- functional home with a functional family environment. I get what he's saying, but we also have to understand that millionaires, the guy's worth $75 million. I'm not kissing his ass because he has any money or anything like that, but they go by a different set of rules. They,
I
they,
think
they
I think when we're talking about family formation, there's many ideas of how it should be. And there was one that we were sold on that we could never get access to as a group and fulfill all those nuclear family ideas.
yeah,
Um, when we're talking about the level of selfishness
yeah.
for women to say it, you understand why women are saying it. They're saying it to be selfish, to have all the wealth within their kids' name and the female's name. So you understand why women would push nuclear families to a guy worth $80 million.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what
of
I'm saying?
course, because the woman in the situation wins, wins, wins.
Yeah,
I mean,
wins, wins, wins.
yeah,
And
yeah. But what else? Man, what I was about to say.
so
Oh
I
yeah, the
think it's
problem. Here it is.
oh,
The problem with behavior like that is when the broke dude does it. The guy that like
Java
these guys you
bytecode
hear
and
about in
full
Memphis,
language code are
Tennessee,
two types.
that have like uh 80 kids by 40 different women, guys like that. That's where the problem come in. That's a bunch of broken homes, and being in a concentrated area like that might create some problems down the road with certain offspring. But that's another conversation. Um, if Cam is doing his due diligence, that's something I wouldn't do. I mean, going around just making different. I don't know what I would do if I had $75 million. Who knows? I might have a different mindset. But I mean, it's by 3 different women. I think they were all in agreement when they decided to take this man's
Hmm.
penis.
Yep. Yeah,
you
that's
know,
how I see it.
yeah. So
so this goes back to the issue that they fear talking about how women select why particular women have 80 kids with one guy, and it's not studied. They continue to want to study the poor black guy that has 80 baby mamas. I mean, 20 baby mamas, and out of the 20, he had one kid with her, one kid with her, two kids with her, flipped back, had another kid with the first lady, got the next one. and he's always, taking a circle back to their homes, having babies with them. So it's not like he had three kids with one woman, then got to the next woman, then got to the next woman. Most of these guys circle back and are accepted. So there's no study on why in a given area or that society of women why they selected this small group of poor men to continue having babies with, but they don't want to study that side of it. And anybody could articulate it better than I did.
Yeah, because the idea that they put out there is that it's black men. That is the general terminology they use. They don't want to break it down into certain groups based on class, economic status, uh, you know, whatever statuses that you need to study and break down, so you can separate yourself sensibly from the group of fuck ups that go around with this certain behavior. Because I mean, like it or not, there's already stats out there to kind of coincide with what we're saying anyway. So, but the narratives that they'll put out there is that black men are deadbeats that don't take care of their children. That's what they'll put out there. And
Well, yeah, I think the narrative serves them well because then they can continue down the road of what some of the um, useful idiots or complicit people like Oprah, where they would have these shows, these black men hate fests, what I would call them, and they would always have that trope. It's changed up now. You know what I mean? To the point where now it's political. I look at it very simply. I've seen a lot of where they're even trying to change the definition of being a masculine brother that's trying to take care of his own kids. I've seen them try to change the definition of it now. And that's what I think is revolves back to what you guys are saying, because at the end of the day, when you do have a man that's a single father that take care of his kid, will he be a co-parent? Will he be full 50% or otherwise taking care of his children? That guy right there, he needs to be shown as, hey, well, look, the antithesis to all the deadbeat talk. I never see him do the other side of it. I always see him go strictly on the deadbeat talk. And only people that will say this with their chest out is brothers like us that actually do the work, and brothers like us that know other men that have toiled in silence, taking care of their kids through in, throughout. They don't get that. They don't get that airtime. Let's just say.
man, Black Light Revelations too. Wouldn't LGBTQ couples be broken homes by that definition? The definition I gave out. All
Yes, they
LGBTQ
will.
homes have a parent that's not present.
Yes, that would be broken homes. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Well,
we can
yeah,
hear you, Chaos Rain. What's good?
That would be broken homes as
All
well.
right.
One right now is going to divorce and create, which always was a broken home, the brat. Which I'm convinced a lot of these women, when they pass their age, they have other women carry babies and says their own. They're not carrying their own babies. Don't be fooled, people.
Man said, I think that optimal family unit is what should be sought, whether it's traditional or other, but the home should be the optimal home for everyone involved in the unit. Traditional isn't synonymous with correct or appropriate. Okay. Robert Nelson, he said she told the truth about how he was moving. Don't cherry pick, dude. He's an extremely bad example, like idiot Kenneth. Unfortunately, single parent create greater causes of mistreatment of the children. Hmm. Mistreatment. Ah, let me see. I mean,
Yeah, I
I,
agree.
I I get where you're coming from, Robert, but it's like until there are reports of mistreatment, by in any of these parties, then
Okay, so psychology
uh,
where
Leon.
violence or what's up?
Oh, okay. Thought you were trying to say something. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you got
Oh,
muted or something, man. I couldn't hear you.
so basically they would say
70% of domestic, I mean, violence or child abuse comes from lower class women. And so the greatest mistreatment to young boys and girls usually come from single moms that are not present. So they work or they're broke and they abuse their kids. You know, it could be educational abuse, which black boys see the most, physical abuse, verbal abuse, which we see 24/7 on social media. Your son is a bitch. They love using that on their son. So if that's where he's going to, he's correct.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, but in the case of rich guys, I
Case of
mean,
rich guys. Hmm.
yeah. I mean, I'm not like I said, I'm not making any excuses for this. I know it sounds like that, but I did say in the other show I did about Cam Newton is that in this space we do often say that guys like these are problematic. That it's the very small percentage of guys that are just making babies with everybody. And it's the poor choices that these women are making. The poor choices these women are making are the dudes. So I get where he's coming from. This is not a behavior that black men should emulate. And just the thing is with Nick Cannon and Cam Newton, thank God for the children's sake, at least that they do have the money to support the children, at least. But yeah, this celebrity world, that's another level. That's another area. Like we should always, like, as far as us in regular land, we should always strive to do common sense things.
Right, and that's why I always tell people, man, separate that because Hollywood, football players, entertainers, moguls and things of that nature. People try to, quantify, their relationship things and issues like it's a regular person. And I know, the money, yeah, it do change things, but this person still a person. But at the end of the day, your problems don't get
Yeah, absolutely.
less;
I
they
don't.
get more. The more money you get more
I,
problems.
yeah, I don't think the morality set should change. The more money you get, but you got to understand we're dealing with a people that have these larger than God complexes. And Cam said, to make it so bad, I want more kids, which I thought was kind of crazy. Uh, and to say that he, still looking for a wife, God sent. If God intends for me to have a wife, He'll send her to me with a partner living at the house with. Her. So, I mean, if she's willing to play, you know, a maybe. I mean, we could all try to go talk to her and see what the fuck's going on in her head. Like, well, you know, why would you stick around after hearing something like that? But they,
That is,
like I said, they volunteer for that shit. They
But see,
sticking around.
that's the thing of now. Right now, you have a whole movement, a movement, side chick movement, where they have women that are completely content on being the side piece. That they're completely content with it. You
Yeah,
see
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
I
I
mean
think
that
that's
that ain't
normal.
something that got to be a movement though. They've been did that shit.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
been
mean,
around far
Yeah,
before
yeah.
the.
Well, they're
yeah,
speaking of it, it's more public now, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, of course, that was always happening, but people didn't have internet and they didn't have mics, so they wouldn't talk about it and feel so free to speak of it because at the end of the day,
Yeah,
in a certain area, a woman wanted to keep her honor in some way. A decent woman would not want to be involved in certain things. Of course, women gonna do what they do, but in a certain way, they want to have some respect.
while
Nowadays,
doing it.
it doesn't, like, they're actually putting it out there. They're and then they're requesting attention, for it, and they're getting it. They're getting it.
Yeah. And it makes me think of like when certain relationships don't work out, and you see a random IG model say, "I was effing this guy, I was dating him," and she gets $400,000 or $500,000. I mean views, not dollars, but views.
and then she's the hottest thing on in the algorithm for a week or two. You know, so that's what they want. They want the status. They want the can't even think of the word, the fame. You know, they want to be seen. And the easiest way to be seen is through, a rich guy with a loose dick that throws it at any female just because he has the status, you know?
Yeah, yeah, they feel above and important. Like
Yeah.
they feel like they're better than the women that settle down and get married to, and want to have, stable families. I mean, and a lot of these times these women they look like exceptional women. When I mean exceptional, they got the best bodies, the best faces. I mean, depending on what you consider best. I mean,
Hmm.
beauty is always in the eye of the beholder. But
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you're saying it's true because think about it. Karen Steffens, she was the prototype for that. She wrote a book, for God's sakes, exposing God knows how many celebrities. And if I was the person who was on her hit list and I read her book, I'd be
Hmm.
embarrassed because when I saw what the amount of people that she slept with, and I'd be like, man, for real, I wouldn't want to touch her with a 10-foot pole.
Wait, who?
um,
Karen,
no.
is that Superhead?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
super. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a millennial, bro. I don't even know a real government name. I just know the face and the name.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The face, and a lot of us have seen that video with her and Mr. Marcus.
Oh yeah, I
And
saw that. And I was in my 20s when I saw it. I was probably like 23.
yeah, she screwed. I ain't gonna say she's responsible for this. I mean, don't quote me on it for real, but I think she had a part in screwing Darius McQuarrie up because he was fooling with her real hard. Like Eddie Winslow, who he's in there
Eddie.
making OnlyFans with Sydney Star. That's
Good lord.
gross. But
Eddie Winslow used to talk to Kareem. No
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. She
Yeah.
been with somebody. Everybody. I think she was with Bill Maher. She was with Lil Wayne.
My God.
Uh-huh.
Like she said, she like the guy she was married to. She used to step out on him for like a week or two at a time when Lil Wayne used to come around.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, she was wide the fuck open. Like it was always that. She put that super head on all these motherfuckers, man, and they didn't care, man. Just like it's like everybody's using the same wet rag. Shoot.
Well, y'all heard of Melissa Ford, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Melissa Ford. She's one of them. She was one of those video vixens.
She was from Canada, and she used to work at a brothel, basically,
Oh, shit. All
and
right.
that's where they found her.
But she was brothing.
She basically it's
All
not it's
right.
not called a brothel, and
Let me phrase this. Hear me?
yeah.
She in her early parts, and you can find this on social media, YouTube, if it's still floating. She said she was in college and she did dancing. So she had to pay her way to school. So she is gonna be in brothels and all that in Canada because she was in school. Get it? That's why she did the adult stuff.
All right. What up,
So
Nick
she
Tate? See you down there. Shoot. But yeah, Melissa Ford.
you know they that's they
Yeah, you gonna
pretty,
say something else about it?
they pretty, they attractive, they enter a certain scene, and you just run through them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Like
know
Buffy the
that.
Body. You know,
Oh yeah. Oh,
Buffy
I
the
used to
Body
like
had her
her.
little stint, and then that was it.
Disappeared. Yeah.
Gone. Malaya, you heard her mention on Drake's rap songs.
Mm. All right.
Shoot, what about
You
Vita?
get
What about
used up
Vita
so
Guerrera?
fast. What you said? What her name was?
Vita Guerrera. What about her? You remember her? Vita
I
Guerrera?
don't remember.
Big
Does she look
girl.
like a crack fiend now?
Yeah, some shit might be shit.
Because she looks
Got
skinny as
turned
hell.
out.
She be on drugs, bro.
Yeah, like it. I mean, like Leon said, got that ran through lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Like Cuban Lust. And you see her back then and now.
Yeah, I've heard some.
Yeah.
I've heard some weird ass stories, man.
Hmm.
Like I told this story a few years ago. There's a story where the rapper was unnamed, but this guy was out. The guy was out with his friends, and his girl was out with her friends in the club, and some rapper showed up at the club. And the rapper wanted to hang out with her and her group of friends. So the boyfriend, like an idiot, let her go with the rapper and his entourage and stuff. The next morning, he receives a phone call saying that she's in the hospital. You
Mm.
know, seems that she was severely injured from anal sex.
God damn.
He said all he did was went home and packed up her stuff.
So basically, she said, "Oh, I got a man. I can't cheat on him." And he was like, "Well, you got that back door, Sherry. That's not cheating."
We can't get you pregnant, but can't get a turd pregnant. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
he can keep the vaginal hole. I just want the other one.
oh
Shit.
god, that shit gross though, man. She said she. I mean, what a way to go out. But I would say the if you look at it as a glass half full, uh, he best he found that out before he married her because that was his fiance.
Think about it if he never done that with his fiance, and he's sitting there like, "Damn, first night."
Straight
Well,
bang
life is shit for some folks, man. It's absolute shit, like literally.
Wait,
But
I took you to Papados. We were on vacation together.
Not Papa those. Oh no, no, man.
we talk
Well,
about that special
that's
night
one.
all the time.
That's 150 just
Oh
to drive.
shit! I dropped. I spent my life savings on this ring, and this fool. Ah
I
man.
don't know if he spent the life savings. He might got this ring from his mom. Like it's been passed down from generations, and I was ready to get his ring
No,
to you.
no, you spent that life savings. We got to over exaggerate it.
Oh, life savings. Oh yeah, life savings. Life savings. It is.
Oh man. Well,
Well, see,
I would. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
what I was gonna say, man, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what I was gonna say is, just as a contrast to this, because we were speaking on, the side chicks and all of that type of stuff, right? Now look at this. Now we can use Kareen Stephens. Now Kareen Stephens wrote her book. She didn't wrote a book about having sex with all these different men. And what did she get out of it? She was married. She was cheating on the dude, and all this here. What did she get out of that? She wrote the
I
book.
mean,
I might
I mean,
got
I
some
guess
money.
the head. I guess the head is that good, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
but
is.
then
I
It is
mean,
that damn good. Like it
look,
just.
look at
None of
New
us
York
passing up that head. I'm
of
not.
it done right. I'm not advocating for none of this right here, but I'm gonna just say done right, right? Look at Anna Nicole Smith. She was a dancer, right? She was working in the industry, let's just say. She found her a trick and a good
Over
trick.
there, you talking about that 90-year-old man?
Old white man had some oil money, had big money. She married him. He ain't had number 6 months left on him when she got with him. She married him, got all the money. Got
Talking about
all
she
the
married
money.
for love. Talking about she
Yeah,
married for
and
love.
you know what she did? You
Bullshit.
know what, sir? She went under. She went to go see the bottom room for all
Yeah,
troubles.
she was Hollywood. She got what happened with people in Hollywood. So she was in Hollywood. But what I'm saying is that look at the definite. Besides that part of it, but look at what the money thing. She actually went out there and got. She wasn't just a side broad. She went and got married to the old man, got the money. Now
Here's
she
an announcement.
passed on to the upper room later on, but. As far as her actually getting something out of it, she didn't write no book telling there. I'm sure she didn't have sex with people in the industry, but she never kissed and told like that. And that's something to be said when a woman gonna kiss
It's
and tell
dope.
to
She ain't have
everything.
to.
Yeah, she didn't have to
man,
do.
man, I remember when that old man died, man. She was we still talking about Anna Nicole Smith, right?
Yeah,
Like I remember when that old man died, she was all over the news crying and shit. I'm like, you don't get the fuck up out of here, man. Talking about she married for love.
The coast.
She
That
a
was like
goddamn lie.
that's the thickest white woman I've seen in a minute.
Oh
Like
yeah, with
when you
them
think about
mega
back
boobies.
then,
Yeah, the
mega
mega
boobies,
boobies.
and she
Yeah.
had hips and ass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, she wasn't worse than Gary Coleman's broad when he died. That woman there, if I was his family, I'd have found her because she did him so dirty. Man, shout out to Gary Coleman, man. God,
Man,
good
you know
Lord.
what though? I was watching an episode of Different Strokes today. Like, it just like when he was like, "What you talking about?" Like, I just like fell to pieces. I'm like, "Damn, there it is." And then I thought about how his life turned out. It was like he was stuck inside of a boy's body, and
Mm,
he did an interview on how much he really hated that he didn't grow up to look like a full man. Just
mhm.
people constantly treating him like a kid. And I was like, yeah, I would have a sour disposition if some shit like that happened to me. But yeah, the thing is, what was his wife gonna get out of him anyway? I mean, his parents who adopted him, they got control of his money. So it wasn't nothing she could really do anyway. What, she was gonna get the psychic hotline commercial money?
Well,
Like,
you think when you think about ladies, they're always going to look for the easiest access to any network. So Gary Coleman can be on a commercial, and she can be in a commercial that people he know might give her a job doing something, and she might pull a what's the Puerto Rican chick's name? Jennifer Lopez next
oh
week. You know what
God.
I'm saying? Jennifer
But
Lopez is, she did that.
yeah. But what the point I was trying to make was, is like, I would be more mad at his adoptive parents than her any day.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
they
most
did
definitely.
him dirty, and that's not right. I would do my worst enemy. I don't know. Maybe my worst enemy, if he pisses me off enough, or if it so happens to be a she. But man, it is like, you don't do that to people, man. He was the talent, and then they took all his money like that. Like, you greedy
I,
bastards. And then when then when he died, they was on TV crying. Like, what? For what? You took all the man's money. You got what you wanted out there, that dude. Like,
No, it's much more that the money's gonna stop. That's why they're crying.
well, Officer Faulkner was good. See you down there. See Lewis down there as well. What's going on? Bad hombre. Uh, let's see. Revelated the spirit of variance. Leon said that head was easy. I mean, shit. Y'all laughing, and she probably got essay, and they probably screwed each other after all the evidence. A lot of black actors and music artists are subject to the casting couch, and the actor from San Francisco. Look, I know about all that stuff, man. Hollywood is a very deep, dark place that has an underbelly that, if you observe 5 to 10 seconds of it, you'll be traumatized for the rest of your life. I mean,
Did you take a look
there
at
is
that?
no denying that
oh
there
yeah.
is a horrible underculture going on there. So I totally understand.
Did
Like
you
think
take a
about
look at
like
the actual
oh go
thing that
ahead.
happened with Gary, brother? Down. I actually got a chance to look at it, and I didn't know. I had heard about the family, had been messing with his money because he had a breakdown, and they was 5150 in him, and it was like problems. And then the girl that he was with, they said he had met her on the set of some show or something. He met her, and what I saw was and then they brought these ET interviews up of the lady because Gary was in the hospital. He was doing bad, and she had got on the back end where she wasn't getting no money. You right, because they had stole his money, right? So he had some money coming in. I'm sure some type of residuals, but it wasn't like the big money. I guess the parents might have did have conservatorship and most of his bread. That's why he was working as a security guard. She had called the police on Gary and said that Gary was attacking her. Now you look at her, you look at Gary. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, Gary. Now I know he gets crazy, but come on,
Man, let
man.
me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Short black men, they get a real bad rap. And, I don't want y'all thinking that I'm trying to joke on these dudes. Like,
Little
I
man
hear
syndrome.
Emmanuel Lewis in his adult life is very ornery. I mean,
I can
uh,
imagine.
yeah, Gary Coleman. Remember the incident? He was when he was a security guard.
Yeah, I remember that. That's what they were showing on the ET interview. What I found that was quite eye-opening was after the ET interview, the ET lady actually held the woman to account because as Gary was dead, no one knew if he was dead officially or not. This woman takes her phone out, right, and takes pictures of Gary dead with all the tubes still intubated into him and everything, gets beside him like in a selfie, taking pictures of the
God
man
damn.
and sold it to like TMZ or something. And the people was holding ET was like, well, didn't you sell the pictures to some journalist and this and that? You know, we didn't even know if Gary was dead. And she was like, oh, I ain't trying to make no money off of that. And then they brought up the information. So, well, didn't you sell it? And I was like, man, you gonna sell this man last picture he did. I don't even take pictures of dead
She's
people.
trying to get something out of it. Like, you know.
That's craziness.
Like, it's crazy, and she evil for that.
Women are gonna use you until they can't use you no more. You're gonna use me up. I can't use me no more.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was gonna go back to saying, like, you know, the short guys, you know, they get a really bad rap sometimes because of, you know, and people always bring up the whole, like, what was that lady, like, I forgot her name, Molly Shannon. Yeah, it was Molly Shannon. Said that Gary Coleman tried her in a hotel room, and then said that he was unusually strong. I mean, for real, for real. No. I don't mean to invoke laughter or anything,
The
but
program you provided is a simple
like,
Yeah, I know.
then Tony Cox, you know who Tony Cox is, right? He was Mr. Parker on Friday, the little person.
Okay,
For those of you who are
yeah.
politically correct, I mean, he was on "I'm Gonna Get You Sucker" and Bad Santa. Uh, he he was accused of abuse from his wife. This dude is walking around no, he's not even walking around. He has a wheelchair that's a high chair that he goes around in. You know, and I don't know if it's because his legs are little and just, like, you know, is kind of on foot, you know, being mobile is challenging for him or what. But it's the same, it was the same bullshit. His wife was like, oh, he was unusually strong. You know, don't let him fool you by his diminutive stature and all this other shit. I mean, this is some real stuff, man. They like short dudes, man. Like they're I mean, according to the media, they buzzsaws, man, but they might just be like, I don't know, might just be fucking with black dudes. I don't know. I mean, it might be the same shit, or, you know, because if I were to get attacked by, you know, Tony Cox in this day and age, you know, I'm not the baddest ass on the planet by any means. I'm sure there's a bunch of people in front of me for that, but I can't imagine losing a fight in this day and age in 2024 to Tony Cox. I mean, you know, if he had the nunchucks, you know, like he used to do, like, you know, when he was on the episode of Martin, with Bushwick Bill. But I can't imagine that. So it might, these stories might contain some serious cap, you know. is I don't know, but I just kind of feel bad for these guys, knowing the humiliation that they have to be subjected to just by being short guys, you know. But, you know, let this conversation be about Lizzo and this body positivity. You know, it's a damn shame. Okay, did I lose you guys?
I mean, yeah,
Oh no,
it's
I didn't spoke too much. I'm trying to get them to speak. That's how I was chilling.
it's to me like, you know, when I look at it, and this is a microcosm, right? And we go through these different examples, and I always say, you know, we base a lot of stuff, you know, sometimes when we're talking about celebrities, of course, you know, they got different ins and outs, and the shine, the light is definitely on them. So, you know, but as regular people, you know, dare I say, a normal person, you know, a normal father, a parent, and you look at what is it that I always would say is the things that I do for my children is because I want them to be a better person than me. Because I had to deal with a lot of stuff, and I could remember, okay, I had a problem with this, and this. I had to work for everything I got twice as hard. So you say, well, you know, if you give your children stuff and you spoil them to hell, you know, then, you know, you're messing them up. you want them to work for something too. So, there's that. But then as a parent, you don't want them to have less. You want them to be better. So, you see the problems. You try to help them out with that. Some kids, they just ain't going to do right. And they sit in their soul, more for the best for them. But your children, you have a responsibility as a parent to take care of your kid. Whether you with the woman, whether you're not. And most black men that I know, and even if a brother that's having a problem with his baby mama, I tell him straight up, look, bro, it's a couple things you finna get ready and deal with. If you're with her now and you ain't on child support and you having a problem, go ahead and get ready for it. Don't think that it ain't coming. Okay, go ahead down there and go on get if the DNA is what need to be done, go ahead and do it yourself. Because see, when they do it, they're going to charge you for it. And then if you don't show up to court, it's going to be your baby whether it ain't yours or not. So you better do it yourself and get a hold of it. And then that way you get custody of your child, at least half, and you'll be able to make something with your child. And, maybe let's say you didn't do what you need to do as a parent, that's a responsibility thing. But when you're there actually, putting yourself there in harm's way, you got to put yourself on the system. Because if you're going to go through the system that we know, you have to go up in there and you have to pay your dues. You're a non-custodial parent, you have to pay child support. That's the way it works. And you do it, you be a part of your children's life, you support them in every event that they need. They in school, you're supposed to support them, help them out.
We got Officer Faulkner up here. Sergeant, what's good?
Woo!
What's up,
Alrighty.
and
What did you, Colonel? What's going on?
I'm like this. Like, the only reason we know what a bad father truly is because women told us.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey, man.
I'm going to take a minute for that to sit in. Because there's plenty of women who we're supposed to believe all women, even though a bitch who made that up don't even believe women. You're telling me. I think a lot of guys should really buck the system. The only reason everybody pays child support, and there's only one reason, because you don't want to be called a deadbeat, because you're easily guilted. I'm like, dude, first of all, I'm on Facebook and people saying, well, y'all men be talking about we be building bad homes. I said, rich people play by a different set of games.
Mm-hmm.
Baby,
Charles, can I keep it 100?
Taking of your license so that it becomes a crime for you to go to work to pay the child support now. So now it becomes a crime for you even going to make money, because now we're gonna debtor society you, and we're not supposed to be a debtor jailing society allegedly. But when it comes to child support, that becomes irrelevant,
and
because now you can become illegal just by driving your car down the street to go to work to pay the government assigned deal. You know what I'm saying? But no one ever covers that, Charles. No one.
you know what's funny? And I'm gonna put up brass tacks. One, a rich nigga got 8 baby mamas and 12 kids. He's supposed to. You the niggas who can afford to do that. Like,
Yeah.
he wants to live in $1 million house. Nigga, you're supposed to. You can afford it. Well, that's broken home. No, it isn't. If I'm that rich, I don't have to work, so I'll be around my kids anytime I want. So here's the fact of the matter: a lot of bitches marry broke niggas, and she's paying all the bills. So don't compare the two.
Yeah.
Number two reason why a lot of niggas pay child support is because I'm gonna be very black pill about this shit. A lot of niggas are cowardly. A lot are. What would happen if all the men in America say, fuck this, I ain't working. We ain't gonna go to work till you change these laws.
The only thing they can do is change.
The tax, what is the court system? I think right now, the amount of money that comes in just on child support, arrearages, and the transportation of the money from the vessel, which is the men, to the state, then to your baby mother, I think is one of the biggest paying courts in the land. So for them to change that alone, so if men were to stop paying it and actually say, hey, well, we're going to stop paying it, they try to arrest us all, of course. But like you say, a lot of people, this cowards, they ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Can't arrest you all. That's the biggest bullshit that they could ever tell you. They can't. And what really holds true is this. The fuck are you do to me? Well, you can't drive. Okay. What happens if I don't drive? Well, you can't make your money. Okay. Keep
And
going.
then give you 90 days. They'll first start you off with, it depends on how much you're behind, but it's different in different states. But I think it's at 10,000. I think they start the 90-day program at 10,000, depending on jurisdiction.
I'm just saying, imagine if all the men just said, fuck all this, we ain't working until we change the laws. That's a lot of power. Do men still 90% protect the country?
You know what kind of jobs men do?
Right.
I mean, let's start and stop with sanitation workers.
Let's say we want to change. Let's go to police. Let's go to fire. 95%
Okay.
of fighters are men. 98% of your construction workers, probably 99, because the only time you see bitches, they holding the signs, not the jacket. 75% of your chefs are men. 80% of your engineers are men. So if men just said, and this is the reason why that bitch is a very powerful.
Turn this bitch into grease.
When you have chicks coming out and saying that they strong, and you're not leaving them to their own devices, yo, you so strong. That means I don't have to help you.
Well, that's correct. Look at even the linemen, right? And we just had a hurricane down here where some areas was off for almost 14 days. My area was off about 7 to 8 days. And when they sent in, they had supposedly 30,000 men they were sending in. Centerpoint had a big problem with that. And when I went out and seen the people that was working on our particular circuits in and around my general area to my substation, do you know the percentage of women that I saw on those lineman trucks cutting the trees down, removing them, or getting up there, messing with them electrical lines? Do you want to guess how many percentage of women was in there?
They were
I
probably
would
driving the truck.
I probably have to say 49 minus 49.
0.
Okay, 49 minus 49. So what do you think,
I'll say
Charles?
1.
0.
1? Okay.
I'm saying 1 because there's always one female truck driver.
Okay. Chaos, what you got?
You gotta run that by me again. I gotta hear the context of the question one more time.
How many linemen that electrical linemen after this last storm where the whole city was out of lights, the whole entire city basically out of lights, how many women did you see getting up on them poles or cutting down the trees to make the city back to where we can get lights?
Oh, no, 0.
The answer is 0. I saw not one. And not only that, they were attacking in certain areas. The people had got so mad, Colonel. I mean, it had broke when it breaks down, bro. They sent a patrol, and bro, the cell phones is down. They'll send a patrol through a straight up dark. Just imagine patrolling an area that's just straight up dead dark. Been dead dark for 5 days. Shots fired every 10 seconds. And then now the only time that they was actually having the patrol actually assist was mostly to assist the linemen, because they were having people come outside and they was like, if you don't hook my lights up right now, we gonna kill all y'all. And they was, like it had got, bro, I'm telling you, they had to move the staging location and had to have detachments from constable, the city cop, HPDs, the sheriff had to detach to each unit. And it actually took us a lot more longer to get the lights cut back on, because they were like, man, we ain't gonna cut. So not only do you have to get up there on the tree, get up on the pole, get up on in these trees, you gotta deal with niggas come out the hood with AKs shooting you down. Men were shot. Linemen were shot. Just keep that in mind. No woman gonna finna put herself out there like that. Hell, half of the men went home because they're like, some of the men were like, I ain't finna deal with it. They left and went home. We had to pay so much overtime to get the men to finish it That's why it took so long. We finna get ready and get another one. God forbid it gets any worse than the last one. But I got my generators ready to go and gassed up right now because, yeah, it'll get ugly. And it's the men that come out and do that.
It's
You know
like
what I mean?
my whole thing is one, they should have paid higher security to bribe, and two, you're not gonna give women this. It's all this strength shit. That's because we give them the benefit of the doubt. We just, oh, you're strong. It's like your little brother trying to box you or something, or your son
Pretty much.
5 years old. Nobody believes that shit. It's like you really want some type of midget dude beating you up. Like, really? If it was a white guy, would you believe it? No, but a black guy is always going to be looking more threatening. And what's also the issue that a lot of chicks going to tell you? They already know the scheme. If I want your money, you don't give it to me. I'm gonna call the police and say you beat on me. I'm like this. I tell women all the time. I don't see why any woman, I mean any woman, can tell me why should a man marry you with all the risk that comes to being near you, with all the risk. Why should a man marry you? Well, you got to understand that we do a lot for men. Y'all bitches don't even think cleaning, cooking, something you think it's extra work.
Yeah, they basically just like, well, we're gonna be your emotional support dog. I'm there for him. When I hear that question asked to women, I hear the same excuse. Well, I'm there because, well, what do you bring to the table? And then they'll quickly go to, well, I'm there for my man in different ways. Oh, well, expand on that. And they usually say, well, I'm there emotionally. When he comes home and, he has something to say, I listen and I'm this and that and this and that. It's like, I'm like, okay, that's just being a regular person. That's not a qualification to be my wife. Even cooking, cleaning, yeah, that's part of being a regular person. You know how to cook and clean up your own house, so therefore I'm not going to choose a woman to have procreate with her if she don't know how to do these different type of things, because when we get married, you know what you bought. It's like a draft pick. You drafting a draft pick and this draft pick, he going to get arrested before the game. We might have to make sure when the piss man come, we're going to have to get him some fake piss because he ain't going to pass the drug test. We know what we got when we drafted him. And we know that nigga performs on the field. But, it's the same thing when you drafting a woman going to be your chick. You know what she's about. You know what I'm saying? Now, they'll change up, but here's the problem. I've seen a lot of these, and this is the main thing I think is a problem. The DAs, man. The DAs is a big problem because when they will have these women attacking people in general, you will see them, you can see some of them, you'll see them on the court TV. You'll see them go out there, they're attacking, biting police officers, which is nasty business. Kicking them in the groin, grabbing their balls, trying not to go to jail. They done stole something and hit people in the head. They get to the damn jail. They go in front of the damn magistrate and go in front of the judge. They get bond out. They get personal recognizance, or they get bond. There's a woman in Houston that's got the most felony bonds ever of all time. Until she literally killed some people, they still wouldn't take her to jail. She had the most felony. If you look it up, she's the most felony bonds of all time. And they wouldn't never take her to jail. They wouldn't never prosecute the woman.
Yeah, they don't like putting women in jail.
Like
it's been
they
shown.
It's feminist advocacy, that women shouldn't be punished as harshly as men.
Seen that and with Baltimore, where you seen a woman that was on a domestic blast, what I'm saying? You go over there, maybe it's a problematic area, I don't know, maybe on your beat where the same calls come from the same address all the time. We already know who it is. And then you get them, corral them in, put them in there only to see in the next week, she's right back on the street doing the same exact thing. Now, if that had been the man, he coming domestic, we going to take him for sure. You think he gonna get a bond like she gonna just get slapped on the wrist? What has been in your experience with that as far as the DAs and the disparity in the charging?
I'm a try for I'm a try. If you don't want to do it, I don't give a fuck with the. I don't give a fuck with the state's attorney. If you hit me, I'm a level your ass. I don't care if you're a 300 pound, 6'6" man. I've leveled them too. I don't care if you're a 5'3", 120 pound woman who hit me. I'm a level your ass. I have a rule. If you're big enough to hit me, I'm gonna fuck you up. It is
Yeah.
my it is my number one duty at that fucking moment to fuck you up. And
All
take
right.
I don't give a fuck anybody in this space feel uncomfortable about me saying that. I come from a family where my father and my mother says anybody put their hands on you, fuck them up. It will be the last fucking time. And see, this is the problem. You want equality, but you don't want to be treated equally. And that's one of the things with women. A lot of niggas, I tell niggas this all the time, stop letting bitches get away with shit. Call the police, have them arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put those people in her life.
Put
But
okay.
Shorties wanna
and
sell drugs, but don't want that part where guys get beat up and all that. This is funny. I forgot the lady's name, but she was talking about getting beat up and getting robbed, and it was wrong. You're selling drugs
Yeah, if a woman commits the same crime as a man, she's supposed to equally be jailed, right?
equally.
So
That's the system. That's supposed to be the justice system, right? Blind. It's supposed to be blind. We know it ain't blind, but in a fair world, right? In the way I guess they say justice, it should be equal, right?
yeah. Hey, real quick. Let me read this super chat. Thank you, LAPD SWAT one. Said go watch the UK Survivor show, men versus women. Females were falling apart with 30 minutes. Case closed. All righty. Thank you for the support, and also I got a dislike. So you know what I do when I get dislikes.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Got a dislike.
there's someone out there that's not feeling.
you gotta love it, man. It's something else when you look at modern women now, and it's like, dude, y'all make it real hard for a motherfucker to even want to protect you. You know what? It's gonna come to a point where you're gonna look at a chick and she's got a flat tire, sitting there looking stupid, and you just be like, you know what? Uh, I hope God got her.
No,
Hey man,
I wish
I
you could.
start
I
seeing
wish
it.
you
I
could.
already see it.
I wish you could scan somebody like a label on somebody's car and it brings up their Facebook and you just read their comments before you help them. That would be lovely.
I mean,
Have you seen those new police cars and some of these tow truck bounty hunters? They've got this deal where now most people sometimes their stuff is not necessarily connected to their license plate, but they drive down through there. And I've got accosted by some people one day because I had my laptop doing some locating, and they thought I was the guy that was coming after their car because you can put this deal on your car, and they have them in security, police forces, private investigators, where they just drive through. And those things that are on the car, they're scanning license plates
oh, the tag.
constantly.
I mean, the tag. Some cars have it because that shit's actually expensive. Where you go through NCIC and it tells you who's the owner and if the tag's suspended or not. And it's like I tell people, man, what makes it really interesting in this life that we live, motherfuckers who will never be in the position of a Cam Newton or Nick Cannon will turn. And I do have to agree with you. There's too many niggas who are afraid of women and afraid to tell them the truth. That's why I have a thing when it comes to women. Don't ask me a question unless you want the absolute truth.
oh yeah,
Most definitely.
Don't do that because here's a fundamental flaw that people get. Why should I respect that chick as a PhD? Did you see how she was dressed? That was that come fuck me dress.
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. And then the constant touching. She started touching Nick, telling him, well, you just got low functioning women. And me, I am a PhD. I could just hear Kevin saying it right there.
What?
I was like, oh, man. If I was like, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, damn, I didn't know you liked me like that. That's what I was getting. I would be, if I was Nick, I would be getting them kind of vibes. Like, oh, okay, you want to get in my DMs right now. You touching me, you trying to talk about this low functioning, you so great and high functioning, and you keep, every time you say that, you putting your hand on my shoulder, touching my leg. See, that's choosing signals I'm seeing here.
That's like, you want to touch a dick, don't you?
You already know what time that is, y'all.
Yeah, she got it though. I'll tell you
I
that.
mean, she built like a shit brick house. Let's not be disingenuous now.
Yeah.
You giving me
Yes, sir.
you giving me come fuck me vibes. It's like when a chick was like, well, why do you want those type? I remember I was at BlairCon and I met these twins. Shut up, Shutterstar. But and why can't I get the guys? I what? Because do I have to dress like that to get male attention? I said, well, you two were pretty. Obviously, you're twins. But here's the difference between sexy, elegant, pretty. Pretty is just walking down everyday normal. Elegant is when you're like formal, super formal. Just you look damn near royalty. Sexy is that guy trying to fuck you on that table with how many people right there? And I'm just wondering to myself, like, do you really want that type of attention now? If I were you, if you want to be sexy, you dress provocative. But if you can't handle that, don't say shit.
That's the
Say
type of energy you gonna get from me, because I'm gonna see what you putting out. Because a woman that don't want a man to appreciate her assets, don't put all her assets out in the front street like that. I will appreciate it once I get up. And I always tell women this, and I tell my daughter this. And she's more conservative with her dress, but I tell any woman this, my nieces, I don't care. Even some of my cousins that like to dress. I said, you know what? You would get a better quality guy if you didn't show as much, because it's you giving a man something to look forward to. If I can see all the goods right here, then what is the worth of it? I want to have the hunt to get it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, get to that point. If I see you just advertisement like that, then you kind of like the Church's Chicken or the McDonald's of the sex game, because I know that's what you offer. Elegance,
Man,
it's different.
man, fuck that. Let me see what's on the menu.
exactly. Give me
We
right.
just need to put them all back all in her jabs or something. You know what I mean? Have them covered. You don't know if a chick ugly, pretty. You never see them.
So you think the Muslims got it right then?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Yeah, exactly.
Man, let me tell you
Somewhat.
something. Let me tell you something. You know why? You know why they cover up a lot of they women? Because them women be thick as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
especially the Persian ones, bro. Them Persians, the Iranian women, especially the Iranian Americans, because in Iran now, they can't wear, regular clothes. Back in the days, they could, but now, man, they
where's
thick. Persians thick.
where's hybrid? Where's
I-
hybrid? But
I-
KFC thick.
Right.
I mean, hey, but I'm gonna switch direction a little bit. Hey, I heard about this. Nicki Minaj blocking somebody from a live stream because they say she looked like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, she do look like.
Hey,
But,
that wig giving me definitely some Hulkster vibes. And then look at the do rag that she got a bandana. All she needed the glasses.
I'm rolling. All my niggas rolling. Keep a fucking red bandana, Hulk Hogan. But she wears pink. But she wears a little pink jumpsuit. She look like Prince Adam from He-Man.
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
She do look all the mustache. Let me tell you something, brother.
Why they doing like that, man?
I don't even know, man.
What is she?
Hey, that's crazy, bro. They mad at her because she left off the plantation a while back, and she had her. I always tell them, they gonna play, especially female artists. You look how they changed them out. They changed them out more than the male artists now. But you had Nicki, right? We could go back into the Lil Kim days, and then we could even go back to the MC Light days because even look at like Queen Latifah and people like that. They actually was female artists that had some lyrics. Actually had lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Songs that I actually, say some social commentary
Hey,
song.
but for real though, when Nicki first hit the scene, what was the first thing you noticed? And don't lie.
That ass.
Uh-huh.
Well, no.
Yep, that
Well,
posterior.
during the mixtape, she was cute. She was cute. But when that first video came out, that ass.
You're like, God damn.
We never even seen a music video like that. To keep it 100 from that angle with the tits, ass, everything out, and it's just like, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Usually,
she was on that Barbie shit, like that Black Barbie type shit back
yeah.
then, for sure. And she was rocking with Wayne, and Wayne them arguably, without Wayne them, pushing her, would she be famous today? Yeah, probably so. But she did get a lot of extra push from Wayne them. So when you seen her on there, it's like, man, she banging,
Yeah.
whatever. But when I
Hey,
looked at her, I saw her originally, when I saw her freestyle in New York, of course, she didn't have the body then, she didn't buy the body, but I seen her, she was actually freestyling or whatever. And I said, okay, she pretty cool. You know what I mean? She didn't have a body at the time or whatever, but I could see the difference between the two now, with the plastic. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely like it though. When I seen, I was like, yeah, Nicki, okay, yeah, I can rock with that for sure. But you see how they trade them out, bam, get that. Now Cardi B is only spot at the top for one. And if they ain't working with each other, so you got Megan, Cardi rolling, you got the W.A.P. She walking out to these different songs. You got this, you politics now.
man,
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something, man. But it's like they started with Nicki, then they moved to Cardi B, then they moved to Megan Thee Stallion, then then now they got these other ones. Now they moved to Sexy Red, but they people catching on to Sexy Red, and she seems to be losing momentum.
Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Then you got Glorilla. Glorilla, like they put her in the front. I mean, it looked like she was about to fizzle down for a second. But like she sped back up, man. I guess they were like, we'll go with Glorilla instead of Sexy Red. Yeah.
You see that she got that Memphis gangster type. You can hear the beats. Just look at the beats. She, whoever the producer for her, they took a lot of the old school 3 6 Mafia type style beats, which Cardi B did the same thing. But she's more Memphis. When she raps, she more Memphis. She talk like Memphis people. So she like got that gangster Southern kind of deal. She light skinned and she pretty. It was an easy sell with her. That's what they want. They want that's what they really want, because now you get, you just look at the song titles, for God's sakes.
Man, forever blessed. Like you said, Nicki Minaj paved the way for BBLs in the present day.
She did.
She was the first one. She was the original. Like
She's
the first werewolf. Like she was the first BBL.
Yeah, her was pretty good until that one side blowed out when Meek was fucking with her, and one of her tires blowed out, and she had to go and get it fixed.
Man,
But
that shit would have been traumatizing.
Look, hers probably lasted more than some of these women that's going to Mexico and wherever they be going to these doctors, these old rando people, Dominican and in Mexico, they going and get these old Dr. Oz. You know what I'm saying? I had one woman, she had a nice rack, man. She was a nice, you know what I'm saying, probably like a 38C or something like that. She was a nice little chick, like she just wanted some bigger breasts. She goes get the breasts, right? And then, they nice, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, inspecting them, you know what I'm saying? Cause she wanted me to inspect them. So I had to inspect them, and stuff like that.
Things.
Yeah, I had to inspect, make sure it was good. I'm like, okay, Mr. Me, see how many, centimeters. Let me, do the center. I gotta make sure the center is okay, And we was doing our thing one day, and she was like, you know what? Ever since I did that surgery, she was like, I can't really feel no sensation from, the nipple area. And I was like, really?
Really?
I said, isn't that supposed to be like one of the parts of your body that women, y'all want to make sure y'all don't want to lose feeling in all your parts when you're doing these surgery? She was like, well, yeah, I'm gonna try to go back and get it fixed and this and that. I'm like, so you mean to tell me to get about a good couple more centimeters on your breast, you would rather kill what God gave you, kill your stuff, and then just to look like that?
Yeah.
I
They're
couldn't
Yeah,
competing.
understand.
yeah, they will, they will.
They competing.
I mean, so one of them tires blew out. Man,
Man,
come on.
She had them. She had them. Them Pirellis. What they call Pirellis? One of her Pirellis blew out.
There's this one woman named at Miss Miami. She had 67 inches of BBL. That's when it gets real crazy, man. That ain't even cute after when it gets to that point. I mean, shit, that's just somebody that wants it's about the attention. Uh, red pill sleeper cell. Said Lil Kim, like that's one case that I hate it for her because I hate it because of whatever brought her to have that much plastic surgery to destroy her looks like that. I mean, it's a shame because
Yeah,
it's
I
like
saw that. I saw that before and after, and I saw her face, and I was like, it was some. She looked like somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but the way her face was looking, I forgot who it was. I had found another picture. I said, man, it looked just. I said, man, you don't even look like Lil Kim no more. Like I can't even tell who it is.
she look. I mean, she a human being, so I ain't gonna demean her too much. But I mean, the sexiest I ever seen Lil Kim for real was, I know this is a funny person to bring up. R. Kelly feeling on your booty video. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
that made me have kind of a crush on Lil Kim then. Although she said all the sexual stuff in her songs and stuff. I mean, it's just like, damn,
yeah.
Kim.
I mean, Kim
But that's why it's so sad for
was
me to
cool with it.
see her the way she is now.
Yeah, Kim and Foxy was cold with it. Foxy Brown had a nice natural body, and she did not have no surgery that I know of when she of course she was young, but she was nice. You feel what I'm saying? Then these women are older now, and of course older women, typically go underneath, the knife a little more. But I've seen now where the younger women are starting to go in on that under the knife and just get that BBL real quick. And a lot of them get botched stuff, and you can see them. It'll be a slim chick, and then she just got this, her dimensions just automatic around. Like, man, you paid for that?
Man,
Like, for real? I
yeah,
said, this girl, she had
BBL
what?
versus the authentic, real thing. I know some people are probably going to disagree with me on this, and basically this woman right here has a shit character that I'm about to mention. Like, I know most guys wouldn't fool with her, but I'm just bringing her up because she doesn't have a BBL, but the booty big as fuck, and she has like the matching thighs to go along with it. That's what be wrong with these BBLs, man. They be have the booty be big, but like the legs don't match it, and it looks like a
Yeah,
space alien. But
it's
the person that yeah, but the person I'm about to mention is Brick Lady. I don't know if y'all seen pictures of her, but I mean, like, she got the kind of body that makes you wish she wasn't such a piece of shit. I mean, yeah, it's like you look at her social media and you just like your brain just erodes at some of the stuff that she says. It's
man,
crap.
you talking about Rhoda?
Yeah, Rhoda
Uh,
Osmond. Yeah,
let me tell
yeah.
you that lady aggravates me so much that I would have got an STD on purpose and gave it to her. That's how much.
damn.
But yeah, had fun doing that because
Don't do it, man. Don't do it, brother. Don't do
Hey,
it.
I would have invited her to a Houston pool party just to give it to her. Because this pool party, like I'm giving too much information away about my job. But you know, if your boy got the itch and he's been to a pool party, we already know. We already know you been to a pool party. Okay.
I saw that. I saw that pool party. I had to find the video because people was telling me about it. I'm like, what pool party is y'all talking about? And this is some event that all these certain people, they do it all the time. Same circle of people that do it, and I'm like, man, what be really going on? I saw the video and I'm like, oh my god, this what they doing up in there?
Man, like half the people are escort sex workers. The girls is all out of shape, and guys are just hitting anything. You're swapping spit, drinking after each other, swapping the pandemic virus, all type of stuff, man. And yeah, people getting burned to a crisp, and
I wouldn't even get in
particularly.
the pool. I wouldn't even get in the pool. The pool is dangerous.
Well, the
I
pool
wouldn't.
isn't dangerous. The pool is, as long as they keep up with it,
The
is
water,
good. But still,
the water, bro. The water. You know what I'm saying? When they put the water and they got the chemical, I used to do pools with my partner. And he was like, I'm like, what you doing?
mhm,
He puts the chemical in there, and when you pee in the pool, right, it shows up. It'll be like green,
mhm.
and it'll show up. You know what I'm
You
saying?
did
So,
it, nigga. You did it. Get
and
out my pool, you pissy bastard.
he was like, some of these pools, if I pull the pH on it, I pull the stuff. He said, you'd be surprised how much, different type of bacteria and stuff in there. That's why we put the stuff in there so people can get shamed if they pissing in the pool. You got to get out. Lifeguard like, oh, you
Yeah.
did it. It's gonna follow you.
The pee don't get out with him.
Well, I got a hot tub in the backyard, and one of the biggest things that people don't get, like, okay, people go to work, they be out walking, and they'll go to the pool, and it's like you haven't even taken a shower.
Right.
Like that right there fucks up your pool life and everything. Just kids be out, you see them, they're playing basketball, and they jump in the pool. That shit is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to wash before you get in the pool. It fucks up the pH of the water, then your sweat and everything else, and you end up having to clean your hot tub or your pool more.
Yeah, that's where you got to bring in the acid, the
Hmm.
testers. You know what I'm
I
saying? You
hate
got to.
that shit.
Yeah, that stuff is a big deal. A lot of people don't know that, but that's what I was saying. As far as that pool party type of deal, a lot of people had got caught up into that mix, and I was
Hmm.
like, "Well, what is this pool party?" And I didn't think it was real because most of the time, what I saw on that video was worse than what they were saying online. And then I was like, "Well, then
Hmm.
normally that's the type of action that's reserved for like swingers clubs and stuff like that." That's type of action, normally it's a members only type deal that they doing it. This was broad daylight at a well-known
Daylight.
hotel,
Yep.
a well-known hotel.
Yep. Outbreaks of all type of stuff, man. And like I said, a lot of the people are escorts, and the girls get in for free, guys, and girls just want to have fun, no matter if they escorts, hoes, or just sleazeballs, and they be having some bad built girls sucking and fucking, you
Mhm.
know.
Best thing to do is stay out them type of circles. I tell my young brothers, bro, don't go to stuff like that because guess what? It's a whole bunch of drunk people in one spot, crazy bitches, crazy ass young motherfuckers, nigga, crazy motherfuckers all the way around. Nigga, you just might get caught up, not even you being in no problem, but you trying to get up out of there. And how many times unrelated get caught by a bullet? You feel me? Because somebody else doing something. So in that type of way, I say stay out of the picture, man. I don't like going to big events like that unless it's on some business, unless I'm providing security, or I'm doing video, I'm doing promo, or I'm helping with the venue. I typically don't just go out to those type of big events like that just because anything can happen, brother. You never know.
Yep.
Hey, take a look at the screen. What do y'all think about this? There's quite a few people are talking about this. Talking about a stud, like a gay woman says she's about to start dating men because you get nothing in return from dating women. That shit is
Uh,
Okay.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She said that. I saw that damn video. I saw that.
She's still like, man, these studs be getting fucked at the pool parties on video. Like, I don't even know why people still trying to play this mess. Like, these studs where I live, they all got babies.
That's what I was gonna say. When I go into Walmart, right, and I see a fresh baby, and I see, the
Man said a
stud,
fresh baby.
a
What he
fresh
Right.
forgot about the fridge?
just
Baby
popped
is
out,
fresh as hell.
fresh. I know the stud didn't make the baby. Okay, so I'm like, well, then they super gay. She got 5 of them with a fresh one, and the stair step is all the way around. And I'm like, really? I'm like, what is going on here? And it's not the first time I'm seeing this. And I'm like, okay, and usually, not all the time, but usually be a out of shape woman. She didn't have all the kids. She ain't took care of herself. She a little more on the fatter than thicker side.
What you mean,
And
big back? She
yeah,
big. Yeah, she
She
got
got
a big.
that big bag.
or approaching big back status or already there or past it. I've seen the demographic gets large. It's usually at Walmart. I go Walmart, shit, we see everything. And man,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, where is the guys? You got 5 of them and a brand new one. So you had a little time to think about, the 4 other dudes that you couldn't make it with. So now the 5th one, you decide now, right after I have it, I'm going to go get a stud. The logic is, I don't understand it.
No comment.
These girls are open to anything of all
Yeah.
ages. Don't think
Hey,
it's just these young girls. It's been older women. I didn't see some shit.
hey, but for
They,
real, like speaking in the same vein of this, did you hear about the brat and her partner
Oh,
said
I
that
saw
that
that, dog. But I look here, and I didn't want to say nothing about it. I didn't want to say nothing because I actually went and looked at it. They had the big thing, she was big. She had that big belly brat over there, the proud simp daddy. I mean, stud daddy.
no,
You know,
daddy.
but that wasn't what that wasn't what I was referring to, but it does relate to the situation. Word on the street is they're breaking up, and the reason why is because she's been cheating on the brat with men.
oh, really? So did that start before or after they turkey basted
Yeah,
her up?
man, look,
She been cheating. She been
man,
cheating.
she probably never, she probably never gave up dick, you know.
I mean, the bread had to stick at least 2, 3 fingers in there, and she ain't noticed.
Let's listen. Now that you hear this notion that a lot of fake little bisexual women, I say there's no fake bisexual women. They'll
They're
eat
all
your
bisexual.
they'll eat your coochie for a while, and actually they go back go run for some actual dick. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Man, and the brat was the pregnant one though.
Let me
No,
break some down, bro.
I don't know.
So,
So the brat got pregnant. Hold on. So the brat got pregnant. The girl, that's the girlfriend, but then the man of allegedly, I don't know how they do it, but she's supposed to be the stud. From when I was in Chicago, everybody used to say, brat like girl, but it was some dudes back in the days that was getting with her. But I won't say no name. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, the brat wasn't no ugly broad back in the days. She was like you know what I'm saying, like a
Let me tell
street
you something.
broad.
Let me
But
tell you
now
something. Let me
she's
tell you
like
something
a
real quick,
straight
real
stud.
quick. The unrestricted album cover where she had lost all that weight. That was the best
mm,
looking I ever seen the brat.
Yeah.
yes,
But
sir.
yeah, but go ahead, Chatter.
Yeah, but what I was saying is that now that she's pregnant, so she's now carrying in her relationship of this LGBTQ whatever the hell. She is the stud, but then she's carrying the baby, and then you got this woman here. She is your gal, and then you had a baby, and then she's cheating on you with dudes. I mean,
Man, it's
man,
it's
that's a
it's
crazy
it's
situation.
it's a confusing dynamic. Like
That's
the brat
confusing.
is a stud because if you look at who she was messing with, man, that woman is very feminine and very thick. And the brat was the one that carried the baby. So, can you imagine the brat sitting at home with all her studliness and pregnant? I was waiting for you to get home to rub my feet, but you were gone for like 2, 3 hours. Where was you? Where was you? You seem kind of flustered.
Man, look, that would be such a crazy dynamic, right?
Oh
This,
God.
look, they should make a TV show about that. That would sell because now she's at home pregnant. The other girl is the feminine girl. She coming home and then now she got hormones and she's pregnant, but she the stud. Then she going at the other boy. That I can imagine the confusion. I can imagine that.
All I know is I was in I was in another state visiting my dad, and he had some of his female friends over. I was staying at a hotel, but I got access to his cameras, and it doesn't matter the age, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. That they all do it, bruh. It's like, and they don't consider it being bisexual. It's just an emotional attachment, or whatever the females want to name it. Because we never held them to a standard anyway. So they've been fucking around with each other forever. They sleep in the same bed. They eat each other coochie and say they're not gay. Because they say, and then they blame black guys.
Oh, of course. Of course.
And these
It's
ladies are
always
elders. These
Jermaine's
ladies
fault.
are elders.
Always
It's
Jermaine's fault.
always Jermaine, Jermaine, Jermaine.
Yep. Forever Blessed says the brat still fine.
Yeah,
All
for her
right.
age, yeah.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Something else. What do y'all think of I'm about to get out of here, but I want to hear what y'all what are your thoughts on this particular thing? Roland Martin's
I mean, is
yeah.
butt cheeks accent or legs accent?
Yeah, that's too accidental. Like what the hell? He
Well,
his excuse was he said that when you press through like search engines on certain videos, that it automatically goes to certain. I mean, and still is
Nah,
like, how does a naked man end up on your screen? That wasn't good enough, bro.
all
it
right.
He
wasn't even the
Hold
start
on.
of the video. He was walking backwards. You
Let me
didn't. It
ask.
wasn't the start.
I'll give you the
I'm
answer.
gonna give you one that they
No,
left
no,
out of
no,
there.
no, chat. I
Remember what they were talking about
gotta
with
get
Twitter?
this out.
He said it was Twitter. It was
Okay.
Elon Musk's fault that this happened. So if you looked at a video on
Look,
Twitter, it does
look,
not load like that. Like you
Yeah.
can't just get that. You click on something that's tweeted by someone that's served by Twitter, not a YouTube or a link that's on another video service that you can play in the app, but an actual Twitter video on only 500 megabytes. When you click that, you're gonna get that. You're not gonna get a recommended video after that. He blamed it on iPad, Steve Jobs, rest his soul. He said, "Oh, you know how the iPads do? When you watch a video, the next video come up. No, that's not how stuff works. That video either existed on your computer or you were watching videos like that and had that up in there."
He was
well,
watching it because
no,
it fit into his algorithm.
I give you a better answer. First of all, there's no access when it comes to the internet, especially using Google. If you're constantly watching certain search engines, that means you have multiple tabs on
Hmm.
your laptop, desktop. Most people have this if they try to multitask. They'll have certain tabs on their computers, right? When you click off one thing, is you mean he clicked the X, and what it does, it moves on to the next tab next to you. So that is not a calculation error. You had that on your computer. For you to tell the whole world, say that there's sometimes no, there's some mix-ups when we see weirdo stuff pop up on the computer and they have to sit there shield that quickly. And let's be honest, the Democrat Party, as has been shown throughout the decades, is known for weirdo people, especially weirdo men. And most men you see on there that's fully invested, you can look at their background. Mostly, they are pokey men, like Roland Martin. He looks like a pokey man. He looks
It's a
like a
Jingles
pokey
world, y'all.
He
Roland Martin.
is a
Yeah.
pokey man. And now
Hey,
what has happened is it has now been revealed you are a pokey man. So all that lip talk out of nonsense, it makes sense now. Why you
Vote
are
like a black woman.
see,
I got a question about that though.
think about this. Anywhere else, he's been discounted or discontinued from all other media outlets. Why is he still over here in Democrat side? Because you are a
He's trying to get that job back, man. He's
He
trying to
getting
get that.
there's no job. The only job is in his life is he's bending over backwards. And then
Hey, I
he
got something to say about that. So you said he's a Democratic Pokemon, and
no
is
no
he trying to catch them
I
all? Is he trying to catch
prefer
them all? Is he
Pokemon.
trying to
No, no,
Is he
I said
trying to catch them all?
Pokemon.
gotta catch a ball. Gotta catch a
No, no,
ball.
no, no, no. You say Pokemon. I say Pokemon. I developed a
I
new term.
know. You just missed it.
He is a man that if he is dabbling, he will dabble both sides, but he indulge in not only getting poked, but he is poking as well.
So
So,
he's trying to catch them all for the Democrats.
no, the Democrats already got him.
Does he have to have his Wi-Fi on while he's doing this? I mean, obviously his videos is not working, so he needs a better producer, or he needs to stop looking at that type of stuff.
No, he don't need no better. He don't need no better.
Don't
Why
ever.
is he even indulging in such while he's on the air anyway?
Right, this your job, so they didn't fire you from everywhere else. You got your own thing. YouTube is holding you up. You didn't, you kissed the right asses, or you poked the right Pokemons, and you still getting views and money, and they still giving you access to the Democratic
I
plantation.
mean, and then like even it like you saw his reaction when they switched the video back to him. He was like, "Oh!" So it then start talking.
It was muted. It was muted. Like,
and and at that moment, he said, "You know, you fucked up, right? You know, you fucked up." And everybody said, "I'm not putting it on my YouTube channel, so they can get rid of me completely." Absolutely not. And I hope that was not on YouTube when that happened. I prayed.
He got all the like Tariq Nasheed guys is coming for him. I'm just laughing. I don't even comment in that space. I just read and just laugh. They all after him.
Yeah, but
what most of the Democratic skills that's on that level don't understand is that at the end of the day, if they look at the counterparts or who had their job before they got it, and look at the assets or the trajectory that those people landed at, if they just looked at that, the money that you're receiving to be this person, you probably would not do the things that you would do. So the fact that he continues to do it with no, like I say, when he calls the people the simple Simons, like he cannot be worried about pressing his StreamYard deck. He's got someone else doing it. So you're paying these people. You're too busy calling us simple Simons and cussing the young brother that made the school, King Randall. Shout out to King Randall. He actually made the school, doing things. Young brothers coming up, doing things together, helping other young brothers. You just tried to destroy him on your panel when he was speaking logic. You ain't made a school for no damn body. Okay, at least Tariq Nasheed is taking funds for it. You ain't taking funds for nothing. You taking funds on another way, Pokemon funds and stuff like that. But you ain't did nothing. You gonna sit up here and get on this young man's behind about some goodness that he done. I immediately was like, well, I never liked the Roland Martin as a journalist. I always thought he was a shield for the Democratic Party, but I always thought that, well, he would be kind of cool with a brother that's doing schools and stuff like that. When I saw him do that, I knew he wasn't no good. I don't watch his show, so I don't know what his particular things are, but I see he's a Democratic shield. But when you got another black man that's younger than you, doing more than you ever done at your age with less money, and you destroy him and try to, hold him to account of some bull when he already done what you trying to say he didn't do, I could never have any respect for you, brother. And I don't care who you want me to vote for. I'm not going to vote like no black woman. No.
Man, him and Van Jones will be holding hands election night, keeping their fingers crossed.
Nah, Ben Jones don't like niggas like that. Stop it. Hey, he's just like black women. He got his white man. You know what I'm saying? Leave that brother alone.
Listen,
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, but listen up, fellas. Like I'm about to wrap it up, man. So
Hey,
go ahead and put y'all final statements in, then I'll do my final statement, then I'm out.
hey, thank you for letting me come through, man. It was entertaining. I was hoping that the clown showed up, but he didn't. But this was better off anyway.
Well, there's always next Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Who you want to show up? Kind of curious.
Oh,
Hey,
just a Canadian
Okay, okay.
kid.
All right. That's
all right. What about you, Shatter?
Yeah, I think it's a great show you had. We didn't get any smoke, but like I said, brother, what I was talking about earlier made a lot of sense. What you had said made a lot of sense. The brother earlier, Leon, and then Colonel. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of these women and the DAs that we have in America, right? There is a disparity in justice, and there is a big elephant in the room that no one wants to admit that black men, if given the chance to be around their kids, will do the most. And then the black men that are paying the child support at a better clip and trying to be in their kids' life is more than what they tell us. So, I just look at it like, hey, man, for all the single mother love and worship service that they have on the other side of things, at least here, brother, where we can speak as men, as parents that actually do things for their children and there for them. At least we can, celebrate the actual traits and the doings, not talking, but doings of men that's actually taking care of their kids to kind of, just at least, combat these bad narratives. And shout out to all the brothers out there that didn't pay their dues, you feel me, and took care of their kids and still doing it today and not letting none of that bull crap get in the way. And that's all I gotta say.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. That was Shattered, your YTFFL commissioner. Chaos Rain, you got anything to say? Why?
Mm, what are you talking to me? Not really much. Uh, I was hoping that there was gonna be some interesting smoke, but like I said, there'll be fire next week, like always.
Smoke. Ain't no smoke, bro.
No
Like,
smoke, no fire.
yeah, which gets me to my final statement. Like one day somebody gonna ambush me and I ain't gonna even be ready for it. I ain't gonna I ain't gonna even know what to do, man. Cause I mean, in hopes that I'm always ready, because I do feel like I'm a person that's always ready. Just in case something does happen. But I don't know. I guess that's what you get when you're cool with 95% of people and the other 5% refuse to communicate. So there's still no smoke right there anyway. But yeah, I still appreciate, whatever I can do for this platform, and the participation that I get, and being able to interact with other black men is always going to be paramount and important to me. So we can get these ideas and this kind of thing going with our camaraderie, and and in many cases our differences of opinion. So another smoke show in the books. Thank you for coming through. This is Kev. Long live the habitual line steppers. Till the next time, folks. Peace.
Take these.